So, this game makes a terrible first impression, and it never recovers. Okay, the game isn't total shit, but it's hovering right above the cesspool. Immediately, you're hit with lots of names, lots of things, and am I supposed to remember all this? Because I'm not.
The braided lords of Kelpis surrendered. Their magna burned alive as they watch. Stripped of magic, the armies of Glavegate fell. To Sandrak, the bold and terrible tyrant of Reshar. They called him their ruler, as he was of east and west.
Look, long story short, there's magic, people are fighting over it. No, that's it. Fucking hell, that was a short story. There's 5 kingdoms. Oh, wait, but 3 of them have gone to shit already, so never mind that. There's a bad guy that I can't remember the name of now. And what is this big hole doing in the ground again?
You think Sandrak really talks like that?
I'm concentrating.
Maybe he bores his enemies to death.
I'm concentrating.
But line.
But I am not.
But I am not the man content to simply wonder.
I am. I'm wondering at every third word.
Distracted. Go, go, go.
No one cares about Arsene Noramin.
Hold it up.
Sandrak's coming our way.
Ooh, and we've got a city to explore. And damn, it's dark. Like, ridiculously dark. Do these people even know what sunshine is? Oh crap, I didn't even see those two. Those two, there were 2 people standing there. I didn't even see them. Running, jumping. It's a bloody good job I'm following someone else, and they have a marker on their neck, otherwise I'd be falling down every gap in the floor. Some ruins to explore now, and I'm sorry, but this darkness thing is pissing me off. Is there a brightness control in this game? Gamma, close enough. Dial it up to 5, see what happens. Ah, the light, it burns. Dial it down, 2.5. That's better, I can see. Why did it start so dark? I didn't do that.
Why the frown, soldier? You've done well today.
Look, sir, I don't want to do this part. The just a soldier thing. Don't get me wrong, I'll fight. I promised a friend I would. Promised my family.
Did you?
It doesn't matter. What I'm getting at is, I want to be an immortal. I want to fight this war as one of you. One of the elite.
It doesn't work that way.
With respect, sir, that lie is just so... How do I put this? I'm not buying it. All right, you're training me, personally. You command the entire army of Lucium, and it's just what? It's, oh, hey, how about I raise a few phantoms here for this kid I just met because I guess I got time to spare? It absolutely works that way.
The game never really gives you enough of a reason to care about the characters or the story. Let's hope the gameplay can save it. You're a battle mage. That means you can do magic in battle. There are 3 types of magic: blue, red and green. Basically, blue fires long-range powerful shots, red fires short-range powerful shots, and green fires rapid low-powered shots. You launch spellfire using the coloured gauntlet on your wrist. It's a gun. It's a gun! Yes, there's a reason I'm holding this. Blue are pistols and sniper rifles, red are shotguns and grenade launchers, green are SMGs and miniguns. It even does that circle pattern of the barrel. And just in case that didn't make it obvious enough, you have to press square to reload. How to make magic boring. Step 1. Get EA to be your publisher. There's more spells than just the wrist gun, but, oh Jesus, I don't even want to call them spells. They're not spells. You get primary attacks from your wrist guns, secondary attacks consume mana crystals, your ultimate charges over time a la Overwatch, artifacts inflict debilitating status effects, and passives give you little extra perks out in the field. Okay, truth be told, you actually do have quite a lot of moves at your disposal. You're spoilt for choice. So much, in fact, it actually becomes quite difficult to remember everything you actually have access to in the middle of a firefight. You get a shield you can trigger, but it doesn't hold up all that well, especially under heavy fire. Plus it slows you down while it's active, meaning it makes you more likely to get hit. And then there's the dodge. The dodge is a masterpiece of shit. First, the dodge doesn't cover that much distance, making it semi-useful for evading direct fire, less so against melee attacks, so it's limited. Second, you are not invulnerable while dodging. You have to rely purely on not being there when the attack arrives. Third, and this is the masterstroke, the dodge is on a cooldown. What? Seriously? Half the time, it won't get you out of the way of an attack, and when you do use it, you can't use it again for the next few seconds. In a heavy firefight, which is all the time, you can't reliably evade anything. Dodge this, you get hit by that. You have so much to keep track of, it's ridiculous. Your primary ammo count for all 3 guns, your mana gauge, your ultimate gauge, 3 artifact cooldowns, your shield level, your dodge charge, your health level, your health crystals, your mana crystals. Look, it's perfectly clear how the game wants you to fight. It wants you to tank all the incoming damage and use the healing crystals to regenerate. Now, in all fairness, even into the later stages of the game, it drops a huge, surprisingly large number of health and mana crystals. So you're not short of supplies, but there's already so many things for me to manage in this game. I kept on forgetting to heal. That's how bad it was. I was forgetting to fucking heal. There's a wide variety of upgrades, and like powers, the game dishes them out quite frequently. But that might be because the game is about 20 hours long, so there's not much time to cram it all in. This game also has platforming, and like the best games, no, it's fucked. Every gap over a bottomless pit is precisely calibrated to be as wide as possible, while still being possible to cross. Just! Half the problem is your glide and dodge moves drain all your momentum when they trigger. You can do a sprinting jump over the first section, but gliding or dodging trips you up. The other half of the problem is you can't use the glide and dodge in the same jump. Why is the dodge so shit? Combat can get hectic, not because of the various particle effects, they almost never got in the way enough to block my view. What bothered me most of all was the teleporting enemies. True, they leave a trail through the air to follow, but equipped as you are with first-person tunnel vision, it's not easy to track their new position. You do have threat markers on the compass, but that's right at the top centre of the screen, and with so many other indicators and cooldowns to keep track of, good luck using the threat markers in the middle of a heavy fight to track that one teleporting green mage who's making your life a bloody misery with AoE blasts. There are no side missions. There are a bunch of busy work scattered across the maps, but not actual missions. There's only the main quest line. It's not necessarily a bad thing, but I'm not sold on it being a good thing either. I guess it keeps your eye on the prize, but by contrast, it also makes the world feel less lived in somehow. The other stuff is to reward you with cash, magic essence, XP, and possible weapons and related loot. I'm a completionist. I like finding and collecting everything that isn't nailed down. I'm not obsessed. I'm detail orientated. But even I stopped collecting things after a while. It involved a lot of the same stuff. Shoot bad guys, shoot switch, grab prize. Even the puzzles involve shooting. It gets boring faster than it does in most games. It might have been fine if it did, magic! The story has a couple of twists it attempts, Unfortunately, because it seems to be in a hurry, they fail to land properly. No diversionary missions, plus everything seems rushed. It tries some political intrigue. Who's really the bad guy here, eh? Yeah, it's the bad guy. You still have to kick his ass, so it's irrelevant. You get interesting story beats. Oh, I wonder what's going on here. Oh, wait, we've got bad guys to shoot. Shoot them all! Yes! Oh, wait, character development. Interesting. I wonder where this is. Oh, wait, more shooting. Pew, 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 pew. Oh, wow, a city collapsing. My God, what is this going to look? And back to base to rest and reflect on the calamity we all just... And more shooting. Shoot them all! Jesus Christ! It seems like the game is trying to make its characters interesting, its story engaging, but it's too busy trying to hurry you along to the next thing. It doesn't help that the world is semi-open. Yes, you can wander around freely, but there's only ever one path to take, and they are littered with enemies. As a result, it feels like you're running down a never-ending series of shooting galleries. Even when you've gone down this path before, it's always infested. Also, major locations feel like they're only 200 yards apart. It makes me wonder just how big this Everwar could possibly be. The closest this game actually comes to feeling as epic as it feels like it's trying to be is this big battle sequence relatively near the beginning. It's fast, it's frantic, it's visceral, and oh my God, a dragon! And you battle the dragon, and it picks you up, and it's carrying you through the sky, and it drops you 5 miles from the front line. And now you've got a slow slog of a trek to get back to the exciting bit you just left, interspersed with some random fights and dull puzzles. That's the most interesting part of the game. And like everything else, it starts, and then it's over.
Okay, how do I get out of here?
In combat, magic is less about what type it's supposed to be, and really about what range it works at. In theory, this should be ideal. Blue magic using enemies prefer to shoot from long range because that's what blue magic does. They use blue shields that can only be realistically damaged by blue magic. Thus, it should just be a long-range duel. In practice, however, combat will frequently mix enemy colour types, forcing you to duel the close-range reds while the long-range blues pick you off, annoyingly, while being shielded half the time. Honestly, all this means is the mid-range green submachine gun style powers usually work best. And you can't use it all the time because enemies will use different coloured shields on you. But you'll find yourself heavily favouring green. Later, enemies become very bullet spongy, with or without shields. Bosses are even worse. You try seeing what they're up to through a hail of energy particles. Or you're looking the wrong way because you're running away from them. Or you fired your ultimate and half the screen is now obscured. I will say for the game, the visuals are very pretty. You know, most of the time, when the game lets you stand still for long enough to be able to admire it, it is a very pretty game. Also, don't forget to dial the brightness up, because otherwise you won't be able to see shit. This game did a lot wrong. The magic system is just cover for a first-person shooter. The characters are sidelined in a story-driven game, and the dodge is so badly implemented, I actually consider it broken. And these aren't flaws or glitches, they are deliberate design choices, though why these choices were made is anyone's guess. I think this is why Ghostwire Tokyo mostly works for being a shooter, and this doesn't. It has interesting enemy designs, viable stealth, and characters you can actually give at least half a damn about. It helps that the enemies are slow as well, unlike here where they rush you or teleport around the area in a seemingly deliberate attempt to confuse you. As if the first person view doesn't already do that. Fights degenerate most often too quickly into tests of attrition, whose health will hit 0 first, and boss fights? Don't make me laugh, winging a prayer most times. You're totally dependent on health and mana crystals to make it through most encounters. Me personally, I'd have preferred a longer health bar, a much stronger shield, and a slower pace. Because there's too much shit to manage here. It's cramming too much into too little a space. 20 hours isn't enough. This, for the scale of story and characters that it felt like they were going for, this needed 30 or 40 hours at least, and the dodge needs fucking fixing. If they did those things, I could very easily put up with the magic as shooting system.
I've got 100 Allori chasing me. Nowhere to go. All by myself. And then, boom! I'm grabbed by the neck. I can't breathe. Sure, just interrupt my story in the rudest, most disgusting way imaginable. That's cool.
I honestly forgot you were telling one. Oh, did I ever tell you guys about the time I almost turned 100 years old? My company was holed up in the trenches at True Haven Pass, and I was still assigned to Lights Army then. Medical watch, yes.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure this is a lie.
Absolutely serious.
Right, I think that'll do for this video. What did you think of it? Leave a like or dislike down below. What did you think of Immortals? I've forgotten the rest of the title. I actually genuinely have forgotten the rest of the title. Where is it? No, that's Immortals Phoenix Rising. That's why I'm confused. Whatever the hell this thing... Immortals of Avernum, it's just come to me. God damn it. Anyway, what did you think of whatever the hell this game was called? Leave a comment down in the section below. Whatever. And for those of you who can't get enough of my dulcet tones, you can always subscribe, ring the bell for notifications. That's a separate thing. Or if you want to inflict my irritating persona on someone else, you can always share instead. See you next time.